Hare Krishna, everyone. Before I start, I want to preface what I'm about to say that, someone in the family said to me, I have difficulty hearing you, so when I go for my hearing aid, I'll need you to be my tester. So, it's not that you're deaf, it's just the way I speak. Okay? So I warn you. I know that this is about our Nana, or my Nana, or my Pai, as we call him. They were my and Pai to us. But I think he had a little trouble with Bhojpuri, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. He gave me a Devangari script because he wanted me to learn Hindi. And of course, boys at that age, back in the 60s, wanted to play cricket, and, who wants to bother with Hindi, So, my nanny, whenever he wanted to, have me look at the Devangari script, I would say, I finished my English homework and I did all that, and I says, Pai, I'm tired, right? Of course, when Mai was around, she said, okay, let her tired, let him go to bed. And so that went on for a while. And let me tell you, every time he wanted to do that, I said, fine, Charlie, I want to go to bed. So imagine, Lal is now seeing red. He says, so as the story goes on, Mai kept saving me from having to read Hindi or get the lessons. So one time they planned, because Udit Narayan Sharma was going to Suriname to do a Yash, and the two of them were going. So myself and Rajan, my other cousin, who's not here this evening, we made plans, okay, we're going to go see these movies, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. On the Friday before he was going, he says to my nanny, I think you should go alone. I'm not going to go. Needless to say, that was not very good news for us. So, that's Friday, my nanny left. That Friday evening, I came up again with this script that said, Kakaganga. I said, okay, Kakaganga. Pai, I'm tired. He says, not tonight, Babu. Anga. Okay? When my nanny came back about a week and a half later, I was starting to read the Bal Shiksha. Achi chow chow, apna kaam kar. And I'm going to tell you why I said he had trouble with Bhojpuri. Because when I told him, Pai, I'm tired, he didn't understand it. That was Bhojpuri. But on a more serious note, in our family, we don't always communicate well, because my mom was sitting here, and the other night I heard him say that Pai gave him, a little lesson as to why he should be a pandit. And pandita is the family business, of course. I remember that I just started high school, and he sent me to a Hindi up in Bushlot. And the people, give a Charawe 12 cents thing with the flag. So it's 15 cents to get back from Bushlot to Rose Hall. So I'm dressed as a pandit now, and so I'm saying, well, how am I going to get home? So I decided that from Bushlot to Almas, I know that from Almas to there is 12 cents. Right? So I had to walk, so I started to walk. So I ran into a friend of mine, and says, listen, I need to borrow 5 cents from you, but you can't tell anybody you saw me in this clothes and things like that. He said, okay. Now I got home and I started to throw this little tantrum. I don't understand. How can you send me like a place like this, and how, you know, I had to walk all this way. I don't know what happened. I didn't know he was close by. I was talking to my nanny because she was saw Como. So this man grabbed me and he says, "You are a Brahmin." A Asal Brahmin said. And I don't care if you walked, they give you nothing. You walked all the way back. That is not their problem, that's your problem. And I don't care. So that was a kind of standard that he had set. So for me, I think when you think about somebody like that, Kishan, I know this is not about Kishan tonight, but I want to say something about Kishan here. I've always felt that Kishan is the heart and soul of our family. Yes, we have PhDs, we have college graduates in this family, but truly, I mean, you sit there and think, how many of us had the opportunity to say, let's do a yajna around Lal Sharma 50th anniversary and bridge 4 generations into one. How many of us, all of us sitting here, there's a PhD over there, there's, you know, my mamu over here, okay? Who could have saved me some embarrassment earlier, so I'm a little bit upset with him. But clearly, Kishan, and you people are lucky to have him. And I'm not saying that because he's my brother, but I'm saying that even he wasn't related to me, that what he is certainly your community is much richer for it. I know I am richer for knowing him, but also I would like to also say that, let me get back to my Nana again. You know, he used to give this pravachan usually at the yajanas, and people look forward to him saying and doing things. And this one stuck with me because this is how I try to look at things based on this little pravachan he used to give. And he says, you know, there was this old man, got on the train, and he boarded this train. Now, in those days, it took 3-4 days to go wherever you're headed to in India, right? So this old man had money, and this young man befriended him in the train. They shared a compartment. And in the morning, this young chap would look at the old man and see him counting his money. He said, okay, this is an opportunity for me to relieve him of his money. So in the daytime, he would, you know, befriend him, be nice to him, get him everything. At nights, he was going through his belongings to look for his money. Day 1, next morning he got up, saw the old man counting his money again. Could not find it. Day 2, the same thing. So now this was driving this young chap crazy because he doesn't know what's going on here. So on the last day, the young man says, Babuji, listen, it's 3 days I've been trying to get this money from you, and I don't know where you're keeping it. You know, you've got to tell me. He says that, well, what am I going to say to you? You know where that money was? It was under your pillow. Okay? I know you would look at my belongings, not on your own. And if you think about that, okay? We tend to look, when things go wrong, we look at other people to blame. we look for somebody else to hold responsible for even our own actions. So that tells me that we need to be, what he was trying to say there, we must be accountable. Because Hinduism, you know, we speak of karma, right? So we are responsible for our own actions. And you cannot hold somebody else responsible for what you should do. So with that, I want to say that I know that this evening Lal Sharma is very, very proud because he's got everything that he is, we have lived this week. And hopefully we continue to do this. And from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank Ghansham. Because were it not for him, we would not be sitting here. And you know, there are thousands of Hindus in this area. But the few of us that are here, the chosen, okay? I ran into someone, and I hope you don't mind me using, you know, you as a reference. The Panais from 61. Years ago, they were my Nana's Chela, Ashish, and behind us in Rose Hall, when we left 61, they made an arrangement to get somebody married. And then I saw this gentleman walked in there the other night. My brother says, "Is he a Panay?" I says, "Yes, absolutely, he looks like one." Now, I left Guyana in 1969. So for me to sit, because I recognize him, because when I looked at him, I saw his dad, and I know the family very well. And then, not only that, I said, "Well, how is your sister doing?" And sadly, he said, they both passed away. But then he showed me his niece. And that's a product of that marriage. So, indeed, this is a small world. So you don't know what's going to happen. And so, I am immensely proud of my Nana, or my Pai, and I'm immensely proud of this family. And, you know, I cannot add any more to what Pandit said tonight. It's like me trying to add a color to the rainbow. It's just not possible. So I've been very, very impressed by all of our young Vyasajis, and I hope and pray that they keep up the good work. Thank you.